Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Sage Sentient, and today we're going to be talking about 5 basic tips to playing Marvel Snap. Let's go. When you're playing Marvel Snap, it seems like it's a brand new game you might be coming into because it's very different from some of the other card games. Now, it does have some of the basic models to it, but what we want to look at is some of the very easy things for some new players that they come in as they're in pool 1, as they start playing a game that they know that they like to play because it is a Marvel game, but they also want to play it because it is a card game as well. This is a brand new style of game for the Marvel IP. And today we're going to be going over a few things. So one thing that's really important as we started off right now is number one is when you come into the game, you're going to learn something about the interface. You know, it's very easy to get through. It's very easy to understand. You know, there's 3 or 4 slides on the main page, as you see here. It's not that hard to understand. They give you tips. They give you a little bit of the understanding of the season pass that they have, which is actually pretty straightforward. They have your season missions, which are inside of the pass, and they're pretty easy to accomplish, especially as you go through and you play the game. There is a little bit of a grind, but at the same time, it's all part of the process of the game. The more that you go through, you get cards and rewarded up front and directly. So you won't have to worry about actually feeling like you're working to nothing. And you also have a couple of like premium offer buys in here and whatnot. You do have a news area where you do have an inbox, a news section of where they are giving information, and also videos for their YouTube section or social media areas. We also do have a season pass tab, and the season pass tab is very simple. It's straightforward. It gives you all the information that you need to know. You get a ton of stuff here inside, and I believe after 50 it's infinite for the rewards, so you just keep building and building and building and building and building, and that is pretty easy. So it's a premium pass of $10. I think it's pretty easy if you want to buy. You don't have to buy. This game is very free to play friendly, and you don't have to put yourself in a position feeling like, oh, I need to spend. This is a game that is been told from the developers to the audience that they aren't expecting to jump in and, you know, get people to spend. They want to make cosmetic and aesthetic things available to you. That's what their part is to the game. That's what they really want to focus on. If we come over here to this tab, this is the collection tab. This is where all your cards are, and it's very easy to do. You can check out, you see all these areas here. As you do see, there are some cards here that do have a little glow about them. Those are the cards that look like they need to be upgraded. And then you at the top, you have your card section where you can make multiple decks. You have so many here that you can make, and you can label them as well. It's very easy to do. You can just go up in here and click at the top. You just click on the name here, click. You can either trash or confirm, and you can do those there. They also have a share your deck, a snapback from the original deck, and or a shuffle, and then you can do a paste from another area if you go to a site to check out more card decks. Outside here, also on the left tab, well, actually, we can go back here really quick. They also do give you an area where you can sort your cards. You can show how it does name, energy, power, recent, quality, upgradable. Very easy to look at if you want to sort them specifically. If you're higher, if you want to look at certain card sections of decks. They also give you a search and filter here as well, where you can look at the different abilities, what kind of cards you want to break down for card building, energy costs, and showing the unowned and the all variants. So now you come to the left tab here, and it's very easy, the shop, to look at. The shop is the daily offers. They do exchange over, and they give you 6 here. These are all variants here. They give you different styles of variants, so you don't have to have just the originals that they give you, but they're very easy to understand, and they have like a animated version. They have a pixel version. They have a version that has just a more comic book version from a different artist and things like that. So they have different styles for different looks for different cards. There's so many different cards. Next, we have Fast Upgrade. Fast Upgrade is where you go and look for your cards to be upgraded is you get collection level points as you go up here. So you have +2, +6, and +1. They always give you 3 different ones here, and you have the 50 here, the 150, and the 450. And we'll go over this section here. There's a lot of questions about how to and why to upgrade here. And then we have credits here, which is where your currency is, or one of your currency for the game. This is every 24 hours to buy the 50, and this is 120 and 400 here to buy with gold for the 150 and the 500, and we'll go over that as well. Gold here, and we'll go over this as well, and this is the purchasable currency that you want to look at if you're not only going to buy the season pass and whatnot. So there's other things. There's 2 currencies, and there's 3 things to buy in this, and that's credits you're buying, which you collect in game, gold, which you buy with actual money, and then you have the season pass, which you buy also with money, but that's also in game as well. So let's start out with the main tab here. And first thing that we're going to go with, actually, let's start with the top here, since we're at the shop already. First thing that we're going to go and talk about is really easily in this video is a lot of people have been asking about upgrades, and fast upgrade is a very thing that looks really sexy, something that you really want to get to early in game. However, this is something that you don't want to do. Never fast upgrade. You don't want to do this. This is a part where you want to keep your credits and stack them and stack them and stack them. This is not good value to what you're doing here. 50 for one collection level is not good, especially for the 450. For the 6, you're not really needing to do that, and just let it hold here. The reason why we do that is because the next step here is when you come to the tab for the collections and for cards, you're looking at these cards and you're like, wow, what do I do with all these cards? They're so cool, and all these cards mean something to me in early game because you want to build decks and you do things like that. But the thing that we don't want to do is card upgrades from higher than the green, because again, they don't have the best value. So you want to slow down when you're in different pools. Pool 1, as you start out early, you just want to go from gray to green, and those have the best value early on. So while you're playing the game, as you start, you want to just find your cards that have all the gray. Example here with Cable, he's outlined with a gray border. If you see that, then if he has a gold, if he has a glow about him, like the Blade card here, he is green. So he has a glow about him where he looks like he needs to be upgraded. You can also see that it can be upgraded here by a red dot next to this button here. This Cable can be upgraded, but he doesn't have the collection levels to upgrade here. You need a certain amount. You need credits and the collection level points here, which he has 0, as you can see at the top here under the green label. And then I have under the blue label these credits that you can see that collect throughout in game. Graded green is the best value. That's where you want to go, and you want to stick here. This is very important as you start coming along, because you want to upgrade and go through the ladder, as you see here. And this is where we're going to see that under this green tab here up top. It says 158. This is your collection level area, and this is where I'm at 158. Still going through. It's still a baby account, and what we do is we're trying to get to the first pool is, I believe, from 0 to 214. I believe that's the number. And you want to stay right in there as you try and collect as many cards as you can, get familiar with the game. And as you get familiar with the game, this is where we come to our third point. And that is very important, because what we want to learn early on is actually how to snap, as the game title is. As you play the game, you're going to be going through this, and you're going to be learning how to play the card games as you are learning about the cards ongoing, on reveal, power cards that are blank, or power cards that are just, titled with something, but they don't have ongoing reveal on it, or other names on it early on as you go. So you just want to check out some things here. And one thing is important is you want to learn how to snap early on so that you know how to play the game as you get deeper into the game, because by the time you get to pool 2 and you get higher in these ranks here, as you click this button, this is the rank rewards. As you get higher and higher and higher, this is where you need to learn how to play the game. This is where you also need to learn how to play against people, because right now there's no way to play friendly games against friends, and there's no way to play against an AI without giving up your rank rewards and your ranks in general. This is a beginnings of where you go from recruit to agent, iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, vibranium, omega, galactic, and then lastly infinite. And this is the last deck here, and this is the end of that ranked season rewards. Now I believe once you end this season, I think you go back 3 and then as you can build up as well. So I think if you go to infinite, I think you go down to vibranium. I don't quote me, I'm not really sure on this one, but I believe you don't stay at the end of the season. You don't stay at your current rank here in this area. I think you go down 1 or something like that. I can't exactly remember. I'll have to get back to that one, but that is that for that. So the next one that we have is, as you learn about the game, something that you want to check out throughout as you go is snap.fan, and that is a website where you can go check out so many cool features, and that we will put inside of the comment section on the video. It gives you quality details for your own statistics, gives you quality details for your meta cards, for the decks that you're using, for your win-loss record and whatnot. It gives you a lot of really cool details that you can follow through, and you can check and see if you're actually good or not, or if your deck is working or not, or you can see what meta cards are working and what cards are top cards and which cards are actually kind of trash. So you want to check that out. And the last thing that we want to look at is very interesting, and we're going to go back to the shop because we're going to talk about buying things. Now, if you want to check out the shop and credits, this is something that you want to come to every day. You want to come into the shop. You want to buy these credits as you stack them as you play in the game. I mean, 50 credits is 50 credits, but they do add up, especially early on. And the credits as you play through, you'll be grabbing through the season pass, through game win, through match wins, through levels, through climbing in the season pass or missions and whatnot. As you come here, as you can see in your weekly challenge and in your daily missions. And what we're talking about here, why we left this last, isn't just because of the credits, is also because the gold is very important, and gold is precious because you're actually using money to grab this. And there's very few points in the game where you can get gold throughout the game. And one thing, as you go through and you do these weekly challenges and missions, as you see this here, it says refill now. The 120 gold is the only thing that you should be using your gold right now, as the game has just begun. It's only been playing maybe about a week and a half or so. I didn't get into the beta, but I have played before. But this is actually my own account here where we're starting from the beginning, so you guys can go through and check some out as the game moves along from its global launch. And the reason why we're saying this is that you go through, you do your missions, this is great. But then after that, you can go through here and you can use the gold, and you can do it once and you'll get 2 more missions after you finish for the daily, or you could do it twice and you'll get another 2, and you'll get 4 that you can finish out as you go. So an example right here, now I do know that it does finish in 35 minutes, but we're going to do this example. So there's 120 here, and it's going to tell me that you can purchase 2 daily missions right here. So it will go in and will add in more missions for me. So this is great. So as I go in and I play along, this is what's going to happen. Now it does say 6 for 6 missions here. And I believe this is where you can, this is the max that you can do. So we're just going to leave that here, but it does give you 2 refills, and you want to use that, and you can do this here. And this is a good thing to keep ranking up to get credits and also grab these season pass XP points as you go. And obviously you can get these right here from the top. That's where it looks. All right. And then gold in the shop again. Gold in the shop as we scroll down. The gold purchases here are very easy to look at. Obviously, offers from what we know from other areas are very, interesting, but these are pretty microtransaction style. They do have one macro, but the game is very straightforward with you on purchases. And that's something that's actually really good because it doesn't make you feel like you need to get in and buy. And one thing that I kind of learned is that anything in between the 20, or the $14.50 for $20, the $2,600 for $35, and the $38.50 for the $50, you don't want to buy those. You don't want to buy those. This is quite a bit of a lot for nothing. And the value for the 300 and the 1099 for 700 aren't great, but they're probably better just for playing for small money if you are a light spender. Now the 8,000 for 99 probably is your best bet, but if you are into heavy spending, or if you are a whale, this is where you want to go. $100 obviously is a lot in the game, but at the same time, you don't need to spend a whole lot in the game. You probably could spend maybe $1,000 in the game and get all the cards, get all the top things that you need to do, play to even and balance level with everybody else, and that's it. You don't need to go and spend about $10,000 to $100,000 within this game. It's very easy to do. So now you don't have to spend $1,000, but this is just something that you want to keep in mind. So I think this is about what we want to wrap up here. And I hope you guys get a good understanding. You guys can check me out. This is Sage Sentient on the YouTube channel, and you can check me out on all socials, Sage Sentient, and you can find me on Twitch, playing this game and having fun. And I think you guys will get more experience as we watch and learn and play together throughout this journey on Marvel Snap. And I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys want to find out more information, please follow along on Twitter or Instagram, and we'll see you guys soon. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, guys. Have a great day. Bye.